Hello, thanks for watching. Today we're going to use an Android app, and we're going to take an image of a map and integrate that into Google Maps. So if you wish to do this, go to the Android market and search for what's called custom maps. It's a free application. I'm guessing there's probably something similar for the other kinds of phones. I've just been using this for a couple weeks and it seems like it has some promise. You've seen some of our other videos. We've showed you how to use the Google tools to make custom maps, but this is kind of an interesting little tool. Okay, we'll go into applications. I've got it installed. Open up the custom maps app. See, here's a map I've got in here. I go to the menu, and what I want to do is create a new map today. So, create map, and I'm going to create it from photos. So I'm going to open up create map, and then menu again, and choose from photos. This is going to come from my Android. So, okay, we're going to take a picture of the map. It's a map from a fire last September near the Warm Springs. Open up my camera, take a picture, take a couple pictures. Okay, open up the app again. Select pictures. Looks like this second one looks a little, there's less shadows. Let's try that one. I'm going to rename it. It just comes up as a bunch of numbers. We were at the High Cascades complex. And then we'll have to add points. What we're going to do is we're going to select points to match up on Google Maps. So add a point. This comes up, and navigate in and out and all around and try to find some place that's easy to line up on Google Maps. I'm going to choose this intersection on Highway 26 and the main road that goes out to Simnasho, which is where the fire camp was. So we have some adjustments to make in transparency and scale and rotation. Okay, so my Google map opens up close to where I live. I'll have to navigate up to where the fire was. And you'll find using this application, it seems to me at this point, you have the satellite view and just the road view, and not the other layers that you normally see in Google Maps. But I still think there's some promise with this little free tool. And it does work when you don't have cell service or Wi-Fi. So I'm just taking a few pictures here and showing you how I'm slowly lining up the intersection on both maps, and then I will rotate it a little bit here, moving on up, getting pretty close. Not sure if the scale is right, but I'm at the very bottom of the scale. Choices. Okay, when I get it lined up, I'll accept it. Then we'll move on and add a new point. So, point 1 there. Add another point. Go back to my image and select a point. Try to find something that's easily lined up with the Google map. Choose this bend in the highway here. Go over and try to line it up as best as possible. Pretty easy. At point 2, we'll put one more point, and they suggest that you put the third point not on the same line as the first two. Okay, so I'm going to choose the town out by where the fire camp was, intersection out there, Simnasho. Really interesting country. I really suggest if you go out that way, east of Mount Hood, take some time. And what was really fascinating to me was I didn't realize it, but there's something like 7,000 wild horses out there. Very beautiful animals. Okay, so now we're previewing the map, and so we see our image over Google Maps, and we see there's a transparency adjustment. And so we're going to go in and zoom around and just explore how this works. And you do need to bear in mind that you cannot absolutely always perfectly line up the images. But still, I feel it's a great, useful, and free tool. And also, it's something that usually when we get maps, there's only a map for the crew boss or the engine boss. Now anybody on the crew who has a smartphone could have these maps. Could also have a lot of other things. We'll talk about that in a minute. Okay, so we're just exploring, going in, adjusting the transparency, zooming in and out in the satellite view. That's strictly our image there, I believe. Let's see. The images don't quite line up. It looks like they're a few hundred feet off, but at least it confirms that, it helps confirm the information. Okay, so otherwise we just have these paper maps, and actually that, we can explore that in a minute here too, and just take a picture of those maps and show that that's a useful thing too. So here we're zoomed in the satellite view, and zoom in far enough and we can get the road numbers. Okay, so we're zoomed out. You get a kind of a perspective where we are in the state. Okay, so saved it. There it is. And I can back out and then make sure that we can find it again. Show you that there's a couple steps to make placing the image over the maps easy. You go in and select the map and choose modify. So you hold your finger on that map description for a moment, and that comes up, and choose modify, and then choose preview. So to me, this is really interesting, really cool. Again, it's free, and again, you may not be able to line it absolutely perfectly. Okay, choosing my map, modify it or not. It just leads me to the preview, and there I see. I hadn't thought about share before. What does that do? My finger's wondering about that. So, you can send it by Wi-Fi or Bluetooth, or I'll choose Gmail. Okay, and if you can see that, this file is a KMZ file. Something used when I mail it to my other Gmail, it comes out opened up in Google Earth. I'm not sure how to adjust the transparency on the image yet. If you know how to do this, please let me know. Okay, so this leads me to thinking, what if you just take a picture of the map, don't use this app at all? How useful would that be? Okay, take a picture of it, go to the gallery, open it up. It's got my topo map here, and it turns out, you'll see in a minute here, you can zoom in pretty well. So anybody who has this, or anybody who you mail this to, who has a smartphone on your fire-through, on whatever you happen to be doing in your family. You talk about using this at like amusement parks, that sort of thing. Okay, so pretty cool. Instead of everybody carrying around a big old paper map, we can have the same information. And look, we can share this too. This time it's a JPG file. It's a typical picture file. And so we'll see, can we send more than one? We attach another file to this single email, and see, it's easy to do. So that it also opens up the question, what else could we be sharing? Could we be sharing IAPs via email, other information, weather updates, pictures of what the fire is doing, that sort of thing. So, hope you liked it. Thanks a lot for watching. Back burn on the Badger fire. It's going really well.